What's good? I'm Jude Jackman and this is my Wellness Dojo. For anyone that's looking to evolve or learn or get better at jiu-jitsu or better at basically anything, is the BJJ Mental Coach and its founder, Gustavo Dantas. So I want to give major props to Gustavo for sure. Gustavo is a 5th degree black belt, an entrepreneur, a speaker, author, owner of GD Jiu-Jitsu Academy, as well as founder of the Arizona Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu League. The goal and intention of the podcast is to become more emotionally mature and to become the best version of yourself on and off the mat. The podcast features one-on-one interviews with BJJ practitioners, usually black belts, but not always, who are also entrepreneurs, as well as people who have created non-profit organizations. The main traits they all share is that they follow their passion, their gut, and the necessity to live a life that is aligned. They're aligned with what they really truly want deeply, and not simply chase the dollar. In fact, most of them confess that when they only follow the dollar, they're never able to be truly successful and actually make that dollar. It doesn't happen. The conversation is structured around Gustavo's prompts, which are how these break down. I think I got them almost word for word. How did BJJ show up in your life? How do you think BJJ relates to life? When did you have the spark to pursue BJJ professionally? Or alternatively, become an entrepreneur? What is the biggest challenge you've faced? What is the best advice you've ever received? If you could go back 10 years, what advice would you give your younger self? That's probably my favorite one. What is your favorite book that you can recommend that's probably helped you out the most? You also get Gustavo's final thought, where he's outlining the major takeaway of the interview. It's usually a pretty in-depth analysis, about 7 to 15 minutes of the takeaways, and in preparation, Gustavo sometimes will read an entire book just to deliver a quality final thought, which I think is pretty awesome. I'm on like the 70th episode. Not only is it free on Google Play Music or YouTube, but all the voluntary donations go to his nonprofit organization, Jiu-Jitsu Tribe, formerly Live Jiu-Jitsu. The mission is to support social projects across the globe. Jiu-Jitsu Tribe continues inspiring, impacting, and improving the lives of at-risk children and young adults of impoverished communities for free. Nonprofit organization, amazing. Now, if it sounds like this commercial, just know this is completely unsolicited, unpaid, but why not promote a product that's given me so much amazing insight and knowledge, whose sole purpose is to spread BJJ to at-risk youth and young adults around the world. I'm a voracious reader. I've been reading audiobooks for 20 years, so I basically have shunned any printed word and hard copy, to the dismay of my friends and family who keep giving me hard copy books to read. What can I say? I like saving trees and getting stuff done while reading or learning or being entertained. I've purchased nearly 350 books on Audible. You can see my account. If you love podcasts, is what I'm saying, or reading or into self-development, or just looking for some positive motivation with real-world wisdom and knowledge, the BJJ Mental Coach is for you. You don't have to practice BJJ to appreciate this podcast. The wisdom, example, and metaphors are universal, but if you do practice, you'll definitely feel a deeper connection to the plethora of quality guest speakers and what they bring to the table. And of course, many of them are world champions as well. So their take on training, competing, and adversity, again, on and off the mat, in addition to the mistakes in what they made in real life and in their mentality and the corrections they made, are incredibly insightful. One of my favorite concepts that's rung true with me is that certain books or tools show up in your life. They have to show up at the right time for you, which actually prompted me to go back to some books I cast aside before I trained. One of them in particular, Josh Waitzkin's The Art of Learning. Now I read it, actually resonates way more with me. Just like this podcast serendipitously showed up in my life right about 6 months after I got my blue belt, and when I was really making these big transition into entrepreneurship for myself, and I really needed something to help me keep going. So as amazing as all the knowledge and experience and fun interviews with some of these guys are, knowing about some of your jiu-jitsu heroes, what really this gives me is the maintenance, the perpetuation of a productive mindset where you own your time and you own your actions and basically your plan and what you really deeply want. So it perpetuates my ability to perform day in and day out on the tasks I need to keep myself moving forward for my own goals and life. So I want to thank Gustavo and the BJJ Mental Coach for really helping me during this transition and continuing to help me as we all, especially myself, keep progressing. Us. I'm Ross, aka Jew Jackman. Make my wellness dojo your wellness dojo. Don't forget to subscribe at the bottom for more awesome.